Mental health is the most important subject in the world. Yes, I said it. That's right. Mental health is the most important subject in the world. And do you want to know why? It's because no one cares. And it's not right. No one cares that people kill themselves. No one cares enough that people don't talk about mental health. No one cares enough to shed light on a subject that is so rife across the world. Mental health should be, and is for me, the most important subject in the world that needs to be debated, that needs to be talked about, and that needs to be changed in order for people to live longer and beat these mental illnesses that they have. The stigma around mental health has lasted too long. That is why it should be, and is for me, the most important subject in the world. Your mental health dictates how you live your life. Your mental health dictates how you face challenges, how you react to challenges. Your mental health will dictate how long you live your life. And if you don't think that's true, the facts are there. Suicide is the biggest killer of men under 45 over any other disease, because men feel so alone on this world that they have to take their own life. How sad is that? How sad is that? That they're that lonely, that they feel like there is no help out there, that they feel like they can't reach out and ask for help, in fear of being shamed and ridiculed for saying that they don't feel like they can do this alone anymore. That is why mental health should be the most important subject in the world. And if you're ignorant enough to believe that mental health is not that important, is not that as important as your physical health, then you can suck my cock, because that is an idiotic approach and an idiotic ideology about mental health. My mental health is like another side of me. It does things to myself that I shouldn't be doing to myself. It takes me to places where I don't want to go, but I've been so many times over the years. And I know some of you out there are feeling that way too. But it's not. YouTube has given us a voice. YouTube gives us a platform to say mental health is important. It's okay to struggle, and your feelings are valid. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter how many people try to minimize what you're feeling. They don't know how you're feeling inside. They're just guessing how you're feeling. Only you can express what's happening in here and in here. Only you can articulate what's really going on in your head. No one else. So don't let anyone else tell you that your feelings are valid. Don't let anyone else minimize how you're feeling. Because mental health might take someone's life close to you, as it almost did to my family with me. Mental health is the most important subject in the world that does not get talked about enough. We cannot continue losing this many people every year, this many good people every year, to mental health problems because of stigmas, because of discrimination, and because people don't want to talk about it, because it's not important as the transgender debate, it's not important as what our kids are being taught in school, it's not important as the cost of living crisis, it's not important as this, it's not important as that. Blow me. It's extremely important, because if you haven't got mental health and you're not looking after your mental health, you've got nothing. Your brain runs your body. Your brain dictates how you react to things. Your brain dictates how you feel, how you process emotions, how you channel anger. You need to respect mental health a lot more. We need to respect mental health a lot more. I learned the hard way. I was ignorant about it as well. I'm not ashamed to say that a few years ago I would say the same thing about mental health. Get over it, man up, blah blah blah. I've said those things, but I'm not ashamed to say that it's happened to me and it's shown me what it's really like. And I was wrong. I'm man enough to say I was wrong. And I wish I believed in mental health, and I wish I looked after my mental health back then, because I wouldn't be here today. I would be living a life that I'm happy in, but no, I'm living a life that I'm just existing in. I'm just existing on this planet. I'm not living. My mental health has taken everything away from me because I didn't respect it, because I didn't look after it, and because I didn't prioritize it. Stop being ignorant. Stop spreading hate on the internet. Stop waking up every day finding videos to comment hate on. Grow up. Live in today's world and help people. Support people. Champion people in being good people and trying to do good things, instead of just waking up each morning and wanting to spew out hate across the internet on any social media platform that you can. Come on. Grow up. Mental health doesn't need that sort of attention. Mental health doesn't need that sort of conversation. Mental health needs the importance of it raised. It needs the importance of it challenged. It needs the importance of it grown, because there's people out there like myself who are trying to do good things, who are trying to raise awareness, but we're ill. We're mentally ill. We can't do it on our own. There's no point in having small YouTube channels with no subscribers, with no listeners, because our message is getting lost in translation. The message needs to go out across the world that mental health is the most important subject in the world that is not talked about. Prove me wrong. There are too many people dying out there because of mental health issues. I almost died. I was almost one of those statistics. Stop spreading hate and help people and help raise awareness. And so let's break down these generational curses. Let's break down these generational stigmas that are around mental health. Just because we're different genders, we all have feelings and we're all human beings, and everyone deserves their right to have their feelings heard and have their feelings validated, because no one knows how anyone else is feeling other than that person inside, and they're the only ones that can articulate that to, whether it be a counsellor, a friend, relative, GP, whatever it may be. They're the only ones how they know how they are really feeling inside. Who are we, or who am I, or who are you to criticize someone for saying I need help? You're nobody. I'm nobody to say that. Have I been a prick in the past? Absolutely. I don't deny I'm not proud of my past, but I don't live there anymore. I can't keep holding on to that. What I've done, I've done. If I kept holding on to that, it would just drag me under like quicksand. I cannot change what I've done, how I've acted, or or my beliefs back then. All I can do is be here and now and say, I'm mentally challenged, I'm mentally ill, I suffer with PTSD, depression and anxiety. What can I do to improve my quality of life and improve other people's quality of life within the mental health community? What can I do? I can raise awareness and talk about it and let people know that it's okay to do that. Let people know that it's okay to say, hey, I'm having a bad day. Because we all have bad days, right? Of course we do. But you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know the battles they're fighting inside their head. So be kind. I mean, we can choose to be anything we want to be in this world, right? Why wouldn't you want to choose to be kind? In a world where it's full of criticism, in a world where it's full of jealousy, in a world where it's full of hate, why can't you be part of the solution, not the problem? And just by you choosing the good side of it and supporting and helping people, slowly, one day at a time, we can change the world's perception on mental health, because it is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most important subject that does not get talked about enough. And I've said previously on one of my videos, I watch a lot of debates, and I watch a lot of talk shows, because I like to educate myself around things and educate myself around mental health, because I want to be as prepared as I can to face the challenges that I have. And I watch a lot of talk TV, and Piers Morgan, Vanessa Felch, Jeremy Kyle, they all say the same thing. They all have the slogan, they all have this punchline. If you're thinking about it, we're talking about it. Bollocks. Because not one of you have had an hour's segment on any of your shows to talk about mental health. I've not seen one of them. You have not had anyone on there who's a real life story, who's a real life mental health sufferer, who can honestly and bluntly tell you what it's really like. You have not dedicated any of your shows to mental health. So I'm thinking about it, you're not talking about it, so you're full of shit. So I'm going to talk about it. Mental health is the most important subject in the world that's not talked about. And if you don't believe that, and if you don't believe that mental health can take your life away, then suck my dick. Because you're ignorant. Mental health is as important as physical health. Mental health is real, and mental health takes lives, numerous lives, every single year. It almost took my life, and it still might. That's just me being honest. I don't want to live in this world. I don't want to live in today's day and age of hate, criticism, jealousy, resentment. That's all the world is full of. What is there to live for in today's day? I would rather end it all and finally have some peace in here and in here. That's all I've ever asked for now, is peace in here, so I don't have to relive and remunerate and have flashbacks of traumas that's happened to me. All I'm asking for is a bit of peace, a bit of kindness around the world, and try to help people, not for what I've done in the past, not for what I might do in the future, but for now, and what I'm trying to do is something good. But there's people out there who just want to see the world burn, and you will never be able to please all of them. But really look at yourselves, because I needed to look at myself. Because eventually, the act that I was putting on, that volcano blew up, and I was fucked. It will happen to you as well. Stop pretending. Stop hiding behind a smile. Stop hiding behind a fake facade. And stop trying to be someone that you're not. Because the truth will set you free. You are struggling. And if you don't want to admit it, you need to find that strength. If you are struggling, you need to find that inner strength to say, no, I can't do this alone, I need help. And I promise you, you will get the help that you need if you ask. I know the hardest part of reaching out is acceptance, because it took me a long time to accept it as well. But if I can do it, you can do it. Accept that you're ill, get the help that you need, and work on yourself. And try to be better each day that you're alive. That's all you can do. That's all each of us can do. But some idiot yesterday, I done a short on my channel, and I had such an idiotic comment. It was a short about Mr. Beast and how to get more views on YouTube, because obviously I have a channel, I'm a content creator, and I want to increase my views on my videos. So I watch things like Mr. Beast, and if I think that's a bit of a good advice for YouTubers like myself, for small content creators like myself, then I will reshare that information. And someone put a comment on there, or you've just copied this and then added captions. Grow up, mate. Grow up. If that's all you've got to do with your day, then you're worse off than me, pal. Go fuck yourself. How about that? Put your cock in your hand and jerk yourself off. I ain't got time for comments like that. That is what the world is like. What am I living for? What is there for me to live for other than my family? I mean, specifically, just for me. A world of that? No. No wonder my mental health is poor. Because society is full of hate, it's full of jealousy, and it's full of resentment. And I'm telling you, mental health is the most important subject in the world that's not talked about, because it is. That's just fact. We're losing too many people to mental health. You see it in news stories all across the world. We lose so many people that can make an impact on this world through mental health, because we're too ignorant to admit that mental health is in crisis, that mental health is a current pandemic, that mental health is something that needs to be stopped, and care provided needs to be better. That is why it's the most important subject in the world. Prove me wrong. Because yes, there are many things that needs to be debated across this world, but mental health kills people and takes lives every year because they feel that lonely, that isolated, that they can't find a way out. So they take the way out. That's what makes mental health the most important subject in the world, because it is. And if you don't believe that, like I've said before, this is the part where I tell you to suck my cock. Because I've learned the hard way that being a prick and holding on to jealousy, hate, resentment, and holding on to the past and holding grudges can only lead you to somewhere you don't want to go. Believe me, you don't want to go there. My mental health takes me to places that you shit yourself in. I have no fear of death because in my mind I've accepted I wanted to die. And I still do accept that I want to die. But it's this that's keeping me going. But for what? For hate? For negativity? For criticism that's not constructive? Mental health is the most important subject in the world. Like it or not, it is. And it needs to be talked about more. And the message needs to go as far and as loud as it can that mental health needs to be a priority for everyone. And mental health is a human right. It is every human's right to not feel well mentally. And we are nobody to criticize that and nobody to discount that. Every person on this planet, their feelings are valid. And they have the right to have their feelings heard. Mental health, it's a scary, vindictive, painful storm that everyone goes through that suffers with mental health. It cuts deep. Physically, emotionally, and mentally, it cuts deep. And that's not only the cuts from the self-harming, but it cuts into your mind. It cuts into your psyche. It cuts into everything that you think you are about. Mental health will strip that away from you if you let it, because you don't believe in its importance. Mental health will take your life if you let it go and if you do not look after it. I am only here today through the love and support of my family. That's the only reason, because I'd accepted in my head that I wanted to end my life, and that acceptance is still here. I am 90% of the time thinking of ways to kill myself. But the 10% of me that wants to fight, that wants to continue, that wants to be there for my son and my family is keeping me going. And I'm trying to help other people through creating content on here. Mental health is the most important subject in the world that's not talked about. You can change that. I can change that. But only together. We cannot do it on our own. I can't do this thing alone. I need your help. I don't want to lose anyone else to mental health problems when we can save them. Just by having a conversation and just by communicating. Talking is powerful. A conversation can save a life. But a hateful comment, judgment on someone can take a life. Be careful of how you're speaking to people, because you don't want that on your conscience. You don't want that on your conscience. I've had enough without people wanting to shit on everything that you're trying to do good, just because they're not happy with themselves. I'm not comfortable in my own skin, but I'm not ashamed to admit that anymore. You need to find that acceptance if you're having that inner war with yourself. Accept that there's something wrong and ask for help. Don't just spew hate because it makes you feel better. It's not the way to live. There's no way to live. And that's no way for you to use the gift that you've been given by God of life. Living in today's day and age is hard enough. Please don't add to that pain. Please don't be a part of the problem. Be part of the solution and help other people. Support other people. Champion other people and promote mental health awareness, and let's break down these stigmas and generational curses together. Stick around because you'll see some great content at the end of this video, recommended by YouTube. More great mental health content. Subscribe, smash a comment, smash a like, and I'll speak to you all soon on the Mental Health Diaries. And don't forget the most important message of this video: mental health is the most important subject in the world that is not talked about enough. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.